Dave, I missed watching this team, and fortunately didn't do quite as well at Rihanna as I was expecting them to. And their start here at this tournament has not been great. Of course, they do have a stand-in, so maybe expectations should be lowered. But Quest is just one of the teams of the year that I think have been really fun to watch throughout their growth throughout the season.
A big part of that was also TA2000, so missing him is going to disrupt them a bit. However, they get the quick replacement in Shad, and maybe they can start to build something off here with the first blood on the Poshka, going straight into that Medusa. This is a lineup where you needed something to help protect your backline and group up and just ball and become a five-fingered fist that is too strong for the Assassins to penetrate here. Medusa does do that. Like, it gives you a BKB piercing ulti that you can rally behind, try and protect your supports. The Beastmaster buffs you up with the attack speed. If you get that cooking, you're going to be really strong in these 5-man pushes, particularly during daytime if the Night Stalker does not have ulti. I think that's where Quest are looking to strike. And at the same time, like the panel talked about, I mean, the backline jump is just absurd here for Team Spirit. So if you clear through the supports and the Shadow Demon and the Skywrath right off the bat, yeah, you just make it a 5v3, and you might just be able to kill Dusa over time in that fight. But I do like the Dusa pick conceptually for what they want to do. It's not the greatest Medusa game. I think Enchantress, Pango, Spectre, even the Dark Willow all have fine matchups versus Hero. On paper, it's not a great Dusa game, but what Dusa does for the Quest lineup is really important. So if they get it all online, I can kind of see how it fits together. And of course, you can always get Shadow Demon illusions. Triple Dusa.
Yep. That helps quite a bit when it comes to pushing out some lanes. Maybe we'll see it in some team fights as well, as Carry is not backing down from Mira, and it's going to force Mira to be the one to run away after missing the brambles. I think one interesting note about Team Spirit's lineup is that I quite like. I played around with a little bit of the new Spectre, and one thing I did notice about it is that the biggest difference between Haunt and Shadow Step is the fact that you don't have a way to be able to jump the backline supports that aren't showing at the start of a team fight. Right? That was what Haunt gave you, right? It gave you the vision of all those heroes, and then boom, you jump one of them, and he dies instantly. Shadow Step, you need somebody to be able to give you that vision, especially if you have some backline, especially saves, you know, are more likely to be staying off map entirely and just not showing themselves. And I love the fact they have Pango and Night Stalker. Both heroes, obviously Night Stalker, a big vision hero, but Pango just rolls through the front line and goes to the back line. You're going to have ways for this Spectre to be able to scout out the right heroes that he wants to go on and assassinate them as quick as possible.
It's pretty hard to see a world where somebody on Quest doesn't die every fight.
Yeah.
Somebody's dying. I don't know. It's just a question of, do your other heroes stand strong enough to win it afterwards? Which, you know, Dusa's a hero that can do that. And if you get a good disruption save, maybe you get some Force Staves, you do have a Demonic Purge and a Roar for BKB interaction as well, which is generally the way to go about dealing with Night Stalker. You just make that BKB not as appealing, so even if he goes for something else, you still have the stopping power. Decent amount of stopping power here, as long as, like you said, they can control where the vision gets out and where this jaunt comes through. And I also think the lanes should be pretty good for Quest. We're already seeing them pull ahead, but I think all three should pretty much be free farm. I mean, what is threatening Toby in top lane? With a Spectre lane generally is not going to kick these strength melee heroes with an early ring or helm out. They already have the ring up. And then on mid, you have Earthshaker versus a melee hero. Yeah, it's Pango, but I mean, it's Shaker, and the totem is king. And then your Medusa's going to free farm bottom versus Night Stalker. So I really expect Quest to come out ahead in all three lanes here if they play it really well. It's just also something that can help propel this ball really fast in the mid game.
Well, maybe it's not going to be free for the Shadow team. Even if Shad is able to get as much farm as he can, they will manage to pick up the kill on Kairi, and they also should be able to get the Lotus as a result. So this is already putting them into a decent position. In 2 minutes time, we're going to have the night time, and then we'll see whether or not the Night Stalker is able to upset the status quo of this laning phase.
I think the Dusa will free farm, but yeah, the Shadow Demon Medusa lane is not particularly strong at dissuading aggression onto the support here. So this demon might have to choose where he wants to go and what he wants to do on this map. I think Kairi can just stack jungle here. I mean, it is an option. Just give some more solo XP to Medusa, play for pulls, and then just leave the lane by the time it hits night. It's just that the NS dive, like the NS diving is still a threat. That's the annoying part about this hero. So while I think all their cores should free farm here, there is a question of what happens in the 5 to 10 minute period when these runes start to become a bigger priority and it's nighttime. You're going to have to use the Skywrath during this period really well because Skywrath has a rough game, as was talked about, but he can still help you in this early game and maybe just, you know, give you the speed you're looking for. Omar is a Skywrath specialist as well.
Yes, he is.
He is not enjoying this matchup. This is a tough one.
It's annoying for sure. Enchantress kind of always in your face, but they can at least put some screws onto Yatoro, who may actually die here. He has stick charges, but it's not going to be enough to save him from the buildup of axe damage. And Miposhka's going to show up with a Centaur that it's going to last for 45 seconds, but doesn't rectify the issue here, which is Spectre dying and missing out on lanes. Mira almost dying here. Poison, not quite enough. Thanks to the Lotus that they got earlier and some Magic Wand charges will survive. How do you feel about Night Stalker right now? Because my stock on Night Stalker is about as high as it's ever been.
I mean, definitely a huge buff. You just got a refresher orb.
Yeah.
Pretty stupid if you think about it. Like, hey, you give that to any other hero, he'd probably be first pick. Unfortunately, they gave it to Night Stalker. He's still situational somehow, but it's definitely gone up. I mean, he is incredibly strong around the ulti. Like, even just being able to, you get double void, double silence, double eat. I mean, what more can you want, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think the shard has been underrated for a long time here.
Well, not by Matumbaman.
Yeah, he was probably the only person who would actually buy the shard early.
Not that long.
One person out of the entire professional scene.
I feel like your point was actually irrelevant the more I think about it.
Crippling Fear is in the best place it's ever been, because that has been a questionable
ability. What are you, like a car salesman? You're trying to sell me on the Night Stalker upgraded model?
Well, are you buying it or not?
Well, collapses, and I believe in collapse, so I'll believe in it.
I'm just saying Crippling Fear is actually useful in lane, and it's useful during daytime.
Yeah,
kind of sick.
This hero's been getting buffed. He's strong. He is good. He just has some tempo issues, and of course, he has downtime, right? And downtime in competitive Dota is exploitable by very good teams.
Okay. So if Quest loses, you're saying they're not a very good team.
I mean, come on, man, you can't.
Well, that's for the salesman
Quest is a fantastic team, regardless of your Night Stalker.
He was blocked in, but the illusions do fade away, and
yeah, so we're already seeing the pain for the Quest supports here in the early game. However, the cores are getting what they want, and that's what this lineup's really about. Noob gets a haste rune. He's going to try and use it. Run down
Yatoro. Putting it to use. Gonna catch Yatoro. Just might as well throw out that Echo Slam.
That was very easy. Second death for Yatoro in the early game. Bodes pretty well here. As, you know, maybe you're going to lose a support here or there, but you're getting the big Spectre off the board. And this is a hero it's very clunky to just go jungle with her. You want to stay on lane as long as possible. So the more you can kill her, pressure there, make her stay longer, you feel really good about it. And Miposhka hasn't been able to really protect Yatoro on these two deaths. Though I want to say that first one, that is a classic carry death, you know?
What the support leaves lane and the carry doesn't change their position as a result.
Nice little pick off here. Blood grenades are just securing everything. I mean, Miposhka, I'm going to go get a big creep Yatoro. Oh, okay. Instantly dies. We've all been there. Even a TI champion's not immune. The thing is, every time that happens, the carry blames the support.
Yeah.
They go and watch the replay. Like, did you really need the Centaur, Miposhka? I think you should have been on lane with it.
It's actually my biggest pet peeve as a 5 position. Like, I'm gonna pull, please. Just for 5 seconds. You don't have to be up on lane. Disruption into more Shadow Poisons, but they're gonna go for the turnaround here. Collapse is gonna barrel forward, but he cannot live through that. Too much damage. Laurel is here to try and clean up something. They're gonna go for Shad, which is definitely the more value kill, but he has a Lotus, so that represents a lot of HP for him.
I don't know why he had one in the backpack over some of these extra branches, but you know, I mean, you can't have it all. He was just debating him. And Jabate's gonna work as they get a Pango TP and a Night Stalker kill in a 2-on-3 with a Shadow Demon lane. Things are looking great here for Quest. All 3 cores sitting top and pretty. This is where you want to be, especially if you can combat Team Spirit during this nighttime.
Yeah, and if you can get the power runes, that helps a lot for combating the Night Stalker during nighttime. something to give you a bit of strength. Now, doesn't protect Omar here.
Nothing is going to protect Omar in this game. He is going to be food.
It's Spectre just now getting to level 6. So Yatoro is now kind of online in the fact that he can be a part of these kills. It's one of the saving graces. Not the best jungler, but at least, especially with Shadow Step and being such a low cooldown, you can jump around to these random kills that the cores are going to be setting up.
I mean, he's going Midas. He's still their most farmed core. Despite the 2 deaths, Yatoro has still found a decent chunk in this game.
Wow.
He's just been sitting up here free farming, I guess. They haven't really kicked him out. Honestly, I think this is more than he should have gotten based on what was committed into this lane. He's having a dandy old time. If he gets a quick ult kill here off of an NS going bottom or something, it's going to be a decent... I mean, he's top CS.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not right, but...
I mean, I understand why... Like, Nightstalker did die earlier, and Pango was matched up against Urshika. There it is. There's the support pickup.
The last hit.
Boom. Jumps onto that and jumps right back to the top lane.
Just in time for some CS. Perfect as usual. I expect nothing less.
By the way, we were talking about, panel was asking, how does Enchantress work against Beastmaster? I tested earlier just before the game started. If you enchant the Hawk, it does circle around you. It switches, it just changes sides and starts circling around the Enchantress. Little friends, the Hawks will just stop attacking entirely because they're not going to use their ability, obviously, against the Beastmaster. But they'll just keep circling around the Beastmaster, but they just won't do anything.
Yeah, it's too much to code.
Or it simply wouldn't make sense.
No,
otherwise.
I mean, Valve knew no one was going to buy a tag, so why even finish coding the spell? There's no point.
I do sometimes feel like that when they deliberately like don't put any assets into an ability.
Yeah, of course they know. Who is going to buy Ags for little friends on Enchant? It might even be good, but no one's going to do it. You know, it's embarrassing.
You know the root can last for 6 seconds?
Yeah, I actually don't think it's that bad, but for 4,000 gold, I mean, you could have almost a full Hurricane Pike.
Yeah, the description
You could have a Moon Shard.
The description of it on the Aghanims doesn't fully tell the story. It just says it roots, but it roots based off of how many units are caught in the little friend. So it can be up to a 6-second root.
Second Haunt kill. I guess I can't really say Haunt anymore, but...
Yeah, Shadow Step.
Yeah, whatever. I'm too old for this shit, man.
Gotta change with the times, old man.
It's 15 years of Haunt. Like, what are you doing? Another Haunt kill for Yatoro here. I'm just going to call it Haunt forever now.
You know, you were a player for the longest time. Yeah? You didn't have to worry about the spell names. You've only been a caster for, what, 2 years now? You haven't had to change with all the ability names.
I think you actually have to care about more as a player. I mean, you call out the wrong thing.
What? When you call out Haunt, your teammate's going to be like, oh, you want me to have my
that's actually what they do. I guarantee you, if you were in this game, you're like, oh, Haunt's on cooldown. Someone goes in the river, they die. Well, I thought you said Haunt was on cooldown. He had nags. I didn't know.
Another Echo Slam put to use. Noob is not shying away from using this ability off cooldown. If he sees a chance to get a kill, puts it to use, because ultimately Echo Slam doesn't really mean anything. If you just, all you want is the farm to get to Aghanim Scepter, and then you're stomping around with enchant totems all around the map.
Blink probably first here. But
Yeah.
Blink Ags. I could even see like Force Staff or BKB to deal with the NS at some point in this game. Probably BKB if you can get there, and they're gonna get another Haunt kill.
Great Haunt kill, Yatoro.
Yeah, he's cruising. I mean, he is being an active part in this map to a high degree for them because the NS and the Pango had a pretty slow game. Yeah, and he's got this Midas cooking. He's feeling it.
It's because Haunt has such a low cooldown.
That's right. I mean, 80-second Haunt, that's incredibly strong. Who would do such a thing? Yeah, I mean, that's a Pango thing. What can you do?
It's really cool.
Yeah, I love this hero.
Pango's such a cool hero.
It's great.
Did you hate Pango from the get-go?
Oh, yeah.
Like the moment he came into the game?
Oh, yeah. You know how many Pango games I played in my life?
How many?
One.
One?
Ever. And that's because somebody paid me $30 to play it.
Wow.
I wouldn't. I'm not gonna defile my account with this.
Well, you defiled it for 30 bucks.
Disgusting smile.
Did you win?
No.
Oh, if it's so broken, why didn't you win with it, huh?
You know what it was? It was that stupid patch where Fado was playing at 5.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess I have to learn 5 Hango now because, you know, it's like survival for 2 days. Thank God it fell off.
Wait, dude, were you serious about, did somebody in your team pay you 30 bucks?
Well, they said they would. They didn't actually pay me.
Oh, okay.
Giant Skamaz, just like Pangolier, just a Skamaz. He appears to be a high-skill hero, but in actuality, he's incredibly brain-dead.
It's a high-skill hero.
It's not.
It's a high-skill hero.
It's not a high-skill.
Why do you think he's so broken and competitive? Because high-skill players are using it.
Look at that little synergy, man. You can throw that Bedlam out on Yotoro.
Oh, yeah. That's, yeah. You can do that globally.
He is just cruising in this game, man. Every time they see somebody solo on the map, it's just a freebie. No counterplay.
Now you got me thinking. A Dark Willow Grimstroke Spectre?
Yeah, you just throw it, then he jaws somebody. Jaws back.
Yeah, haunts back.
That's
now? Now you're mixing up all the abilities.
That's a quick drive-by, global drive-by right there.
Can you imagine you're just sitting there? You walk underneath some ward, all of a sudden a Spectre jumps on you with Bedlam Inkswell on him.
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds pretty sick.
What is Quest's game plan right now? Because the only thing their lineup can really do is group up between the Beast and the Dusa, but you have to get to a point where they're confident with the next set items to get there, and I guess it's Ags for the Beast. Not the Helm of the Overlord. I mean, he doesn't want to have it eaten by Night Stalker to some point.
You cannot go Helm of the Overlord in this matchup.
But it does feel bad, because this Ags doesn't help the Dusa, right? It's just another source of damage and heal for the Beast. I mean, that's great. It's a fine Ags Beast game. It's just not playing towards your game plan and your win condition here, which has to be Shat. I mean, he has to be the one to basically end this game on his terms with his item timing. It's going to be Manta into the Butterfly for the Medusa here. Butterfly, it's got to be a Roshan into some map control, because that's your best timing to take it into the right clickers here from T-Spirit, because right now you are just feeding kills on the map.
Yeah, they just pick off after pick off here, and Yotoro is skyrocketing to the moon in net worth, man.
Yotoro is getting everything he wants in this game. It's a feeding frenzy. Every shadow step off cooldown has been a kill.
You called it shadow step. Good job.
Yeah, I want to throw a correct one in there every so often so people know I know. Just so the next 10 times I call it a John, they get really mad.
Stop saying John.
There's another solo Echo, but that's a 4x streak, so 500 gold.
And they're wrapping around from behind. On top of the supports already. Kaori and Omar in a bit of trouble. The Night Stalker refreshing it with the Darkness Pop. Now he still has another Silence and Void. Try and chase down more heroes. Looks like a TP out already from the Earthshaker. He didn't TP away too far, though.
They get a support return, it'll be a 2 for 2, technically.
Yeah.
Looks like they
Double
will.
Enchant Totem hit. Takes a little bit, but he gets it.
Who gave you permission?
Yeah.
All right, so he has the Aghanim Scepter on Beastmaster. Do you want to see him go back for like Vlad's? You're talking about like helping the Dusa out. How do you do that with this build?
He's thinking Crimson here. I mean, Pipe's not doing it for me. It's not even good on Dusa, right? It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So you're either like Crimson, Vlad's, Drum, Solar Crest. I mean, BKB on the Beast is also not bad because it guarantees he can roar the NS or the Pango when they're coming in with these silences and rolls.
Sure.
I wouldn't mind that either if you think that's high enough impact. It doesn't necessarily have to be every item that helps the Dusa, but you have to gear up for the Dusa's timings. I guess is how you can also think about it.
Okay.
And Shadow Demon is going to get silenced, but he's going to live.
Yeah, Collapse, not willing to commit there. With
I mean, yeah, you look at that face. It's way too terrifying.
Yeah. I'm sure it was the Kobold and not the Beastmaster with Primal Roar.
Yo, I got the Shadow Demon, guys. Oh, shit, he has a Kobold. Get the hell out. We don't have Haunt up.
Maybe Night Stalker is very superstitious.
Actually, he's not. He's very pragmatic.
Well, he's a beast to bedtime, Tails. Shouldn't he lean into the...
Yeah, but he didn't make him. Other people made him about him. It's not his fault. Oh, there's another Shadow Step. And another kill for...
He is going to get perched up, though. Yutoro's taking a lot of damage from this disruption. Collapse actually has to battle the illusions to help Yutoro out, and it may not be enough. Two poison stacks are not going to be enough. Oh, my God. That was like 3 HP. Oh, man. Just the smallest of margins. This could have been so great for Quest if they finally killed Yutoro.
I mean, they got the Pango.
That was. Yeah, really good.
Still pretty damn good for Noob, who's having a tremendous game here. 5-1 on the Shaker. Is pretty much just finding what he wants here, and nice progression. This is also part of the map where if you feed too many kills, it's going to be a Roshan. And I think Quest might just force it anyway, because you basically got the Shadow Step out. Pango's dead for 20. Yeah, it's a big enough window. You're just going to force the objective. This is what this lineup is designed to do, and put Team Spirit in the pressure cooker. Do you want to fight these types of fights? Are you ready to fight these fights? We have Ags Beast. I mean, you got an Echo Saber Night Stalker with an ult.
It feels pretty terrible for a Night Stalker nighttime not to contest a Roshan.
They're going to
go for it.
They do have Shadow Step plus the Ennis ulti.
Yeah, the Pango, he's going to TP in. Can they get there in time, though? They're going to get the fast kill onto Omar. Now, the Roshan is going to die and go the way of Quest unless the Night Stalker gets inside the terrorize, but he picks up the Aegis just in time. But still, though, it is disaster in the pit as Team Spirit are rolling over Quest right now. They have the Aegis, the second life coming in from Noob, but he immediately blinks away. He says, there's no way I can save you, Shad. After all, I don't have Echo Slam, so no big moves, no big plays for Quest. They get the Roshan, but die for it.
So much AoE magic damage to throw into that pit area. You have double silence coming through. There's just nowhere to run. That is an awful fight for Quest, unless your Beastmaster gets spells off. And I mean, Toby is getting nothing done here, right? The downside of the Ags, like, you get ulted into roll and you're gone. And that's a lot of net worth completely out of the window. You also had to take the Aegis on the Night Stalker because the Bramble rooted the Dusa. Much rather have had it on Shad here, though. He might have not gotten out with it. End up kind of better.
At least Noob, the Earthshaker, was able to grab the Aegis and blink away at TP out.
Sure.
Just want to make sure you're not intentionally miscalling things again.
It's going to be a long DreamLeague.
It's day 2 of DreamLeague. We haven't even gotten to the playoffs.
Day 2? Oh my God. Feels like I've been trapped in here with you for 8 years. Since MLG Columbus, 2014.
2015.
2015.
Yes, everybody remembers.
Nice little bolt to steal some Ancients here. Noob is going to commit for it. Is pretty damn greedy.
Yeah, and he commits too much.
And a little Bramble will seal his fate with that Shadow Step Jaunt Haunt coming through.
Maybe he should be committed for thinking that he could take those Ancients for free.
Honestly, I feel like we should see more Dark Willow. I actually think this hero does pretty well a lot of the games we watch. I think it's a pretty good patch for it. I don't think the laning's too bad either. This hero's really strong on lanes if you abuse the fact she has very good BAT and like starting stats. Basically, if you max stats on her and just right-click people, I think you can really reliably win almost any lane.
But her range sucks.
Yeah, but range doesn't matter. You just hide behind trees. Oh, Mir. I mean, he's not strong enough to beat the Tormentor, though, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's got that. I mean,
I like how Mira gave up his life for this Tormentor play, and he didn't even get the shard. He went to Maposhka instead. So now we've got Spoink.
It's the life of a 5, man.
Well, that's what the life of the 5 is, getting the shard, and
no, I mean, Mira's the 5. Look at the network, man.
I guess he is now. Yeah.
Been demoted. He should have won both Riyadh Masters.
Hop it away.
This is actually a kill.
Totem in 2 seconds. Can he get away before the boulder is here? He will. And back to the tier 2. And yeah, that's enough distance that Laurel doesn't want to keep it going. Collapse is waiting in the wind zone, and he does have that blink dagger.
He really wants to jump these supports right now. Especially popping the ult. You get nothing off this. You're going to feel pretty sad about it.
Especially since you're going back into daytime after this. So it just means quests are going to run the map for the next 2 minutes with no fear.
What can they do on the map? That's the question. Again, this lineup is a ball-oriented lineup with Beast and Medusa. Their pickoff is pretty bad outside of, like, you smoke the Skywrath Shaker like we saw before, but that misses.
I think a ball down mid.
Yeah, you have to just run at towers, right?
Yeah.
And I think you have to start doing it now.
Are you afraid of late game for them? It's not the Dusa problem, right? It's the fact that the backline can't exist in this game.
I mean, I am just because I think the 2 supports from Team Spirit scale really well here, too. Like, they're high damage threats. They're going to be able to kite out the Dusa. They're very obnoxious. You don't have great BKB buyers on the side of Quest. You can get the BKBs here, but you're not going to feel great about it. And if you don't, the supports are going to punish you. Mapochka is going to turn into another damage dealer. And then, I mean, Pango Night Stalker scale is ridiculous, right? You don't want to make this game go 60 or 70 minutes here if you're Quest. You want to make it go 30 or 40 with the next Roshan, which means taking early towers now will set you up for that. So I like this mid push. I think this was pretty much a forced move. You're just not gaining now.
Oh, Mapochka!
That's nasty right
Racks
there.
up another one, gets the deny in front of all of Quest.
I mean, that's why you got the shard.
True. So he could get the deny and then sproink backwards. Style on the enemy.
But I see a brown dot top and a pink dot bottom. That's both side lanes getting shoved in here for Team Spirit. So again, net worth lead not going anywhere despite Quest making the 5-man move during daytime. And Yatoro continues to be so damn big. Being ahead of a Medusa as a Spectre is no easy feat.
Yeah, that's what 80-second haunt does for you.
That's right.
Able to just be a part of kills.
80-second
kills are worth a lot.
Global haunt on everybody. It's tremendous.
Thought the observer was going to hover over the ability for a second.
I mean, I'm about to rant about the fact he still has a circlet in his backpack. I never understand why players do this. Doesn't it just add net worth? So it's inherently bad? I must be missing something.
Yeah. It's just too much mental control. Oh, they have the vision.
Yeah.
And darkness is back up. Yeah, you got the 2 towers in mid, but once the darkness is back up in a play, Noob's not even moving. He knows.
This game is collapsing very fast for Quest because you just can't even group up anymore. The rate at which your supports, I mean, you have a Stone Gaze to protect your supports. Yeah, they're already in the dirt. I mean, it's instant. You're just never going to have a true 5-on-5 this game.
Yep. And Toby thinks because they were farming the other side of the map or getting kills on the other side of the map that he's fine farming next to his tier 2. Not the case.
No, he is fine.
But not dead. Not yet. Not quite yet.
Oh, he ran into
another bramble. Hit that last bramble, too. He's good. Toby stays alive.
I mean, honestly, if you ran into the last bramble, I think you pause the game and say you were lagging. It's too embarrassing otherwise.
Well, that's what the Hawk is there for.
Also, notice the vampire fangs here for collapse.
Yeah, extra night vision.
This Dusa has no mana.
Yeah, he got burned out really quickly, man. That did not take very long. Laurel is ready to hop down to Cliff with the Terrorize to follow it up. 3 heroes feared up. Silence, though. Echo Slam. Laurel maybe jumped a little bit too far.
Couldn't
down the cliff he goes, down into his grave.
Yeah, just didn't have the NS ult, so Collapse didn't want to go in. And Noob bails him out with another very clutch Pango kill. I mean, he's had Laurel's number, and usually when you're shutting down Pango like this in the fights, the game is going better for you. It's just not shutting down the 2 big damage dealers here, which are, I mean, this guy and, yeah, that guy.
This guy and that guy. Show up.
This is such a miserable game to play support in.
It is so awful.
This is where, like, you might just sit in the fountain, because it'll end up creating a better net worth situation.
I'm surprised he got Aether Lens on Shattered Demons. I feel like this is Glimmer Capes and Force Staves all the way. As much utility.
This fissure was really nice too. It trapped Mapochka on the tree line. It prevented Collapse from just running in freely. That's another tool you can use to try and create some space, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, it's just, these games are just so tough to play when your backline is instantly dead every fight.
Every fight seems to be a 3 versus 5. And even the Earthshaker struggles. Well, the Night Stalker has this AoE fear around him constantly.
Yeah,
BKB, though, is almost complete.
That'll give him some breathing room.
Yeah.
This was your Medusa's butterfly timing, though. And you're going to have a Bloodthorn on Yatoro.
There he goes. The Orchid put to use immediately. is the Orchid enough? It's not. Oh, man. He almost got that kill without even really committing his body.
Yeah, he didn't commit at all.
Yeah, he just jumped in, Orchid, Manta, see you.
The thing is, this cooldown is just so damn... It's 40 seconds. That's what makes the Spectre hero very disgusting right now. Yeah. 40-second Shadow Step is very hard to deal with when you have vision sources like you were talking about, and NS is a great one. Well, I mean, Collapse is out here, but this is the type of play that you just suddenly kill a core and you're instantly back out. How do you play around it if you're Quest? Again, only solution is really to group up, and the group up has not yielded them any advantage in this game. It's got to be next Roshan. That has to be the fight you take if you're Quest. You have to gear up for it, get the Scotty on Shad, and hope it's enough, and just fight around the Medusa. Stone Gaze has to freeze somebody. That's what I'm feeling. Like, you got to get some good value out of this ultimate. Either one or two cores get stuck.
Though.
Yeah, it's tough, but, I mean, you're playing up against world champions here. And that guy.
How many pixels do you think that is in total?
I mean, I think it's clear Valve gave up halfway through that
model. Back goes Slam. Nice ward to set things up here. Can they finish off the Night Stalker? Looks like that's going to be easy enough, sure. Laurel is already going to the back lines, though. Looks like the Spectre got caught in the disruption. Just what Kyrie was looking for. Finally a chance at revenge. Sure, he dies the Laurel, but his job is done. He killed the enemy carry with that disruption.
Dude, putting in the work right now. Just carrying these team fights. Big right clicks to finish off Collapse. It wasn't even a totem. It was just the old punches from the Shaker himself.
3,500 damage by him.
I mean, we do have a buyback here again. I mean, the supports are just going to be dead every fight. There's no... I don't know how you prevent that other than you sit in the fountain and TP out in the middle of it. But finally, some Breath of Life for Quest as they find a small victory here, especially getting that Yatoro kill because that was a big streak. And that was his Bloodthorn. He went the offensive itemization, did not pay off there as he gets caught.
Yeah, who is he jumping in the first place?
He was going straight on the Tusa, I think. And he just got stunned, chain stunned. I mean, he is pretty squishy, right?
Yes.
You look at this Spectre build, it's all DPS. What is the survivability right now for Yatoro? Minus Diffusal Manta Bloodthorn. It's about as damn greedy as you can get. And it's been working out because he's killing them. But the second you get caught by a stun, you're gone. This Tusa, it's no joke.
Trying to interrupt Quest as they were going for the Roshan.
If you wear out this
They retreat, yeah, this is looking really good for Quest.
This is the exact type of situation you want because I don't think Spirit can finish off Roshan this fast. Yatoro cannot get there other than Shadow stepping in.
With no Rolling Thunder and no darkness, no nighttime.
Yeah, this is your Roshan. I think Spirit, you have to give this up.
Already, Night Stalker's moving to the other side. Okay, daytime reappears. Got 4 minutes.
Time. Now the question is here, you get the Aegis, what do you do with it? Do you just walk down bottom lane here? Like, is this your best chance to try and win this game?
I think so. I mean, you hit your Scotty, butterfly timing.
Yeah.
One of the biggest peaks of Dusa.
I feel like it is, because you're going to get a cheese off this as well. So you can put an Aegis and a cheese onto either the Dusa or give the cheese to Noob here. Might not be a bad option as well.
No way, no way, no way! Whoa. Do not tell me Mira's about to take that Roshan and take that Aegis! What? Oh
no,
my God, give that guy all the tips.
Indeed. I mean, Poggers.
Poggers indeed. Mira might have just saved the game.
Hoyle.
Holy shit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We don't even need to say anything. The casting's done for itself. That is all the reaction. This is a ridiculous... I mean, was there no totem here? I guess you just didn't expect the 4-staff.
Roshan just happens to be like 50 HP.
Yeah, I mean, he got the Bedlam kill too, so he got everything, including the cheese. We were just talking about how good this Roshan was going to be. Everything taken away there. I love that he smiles for 2 seconds, then he's like, all right, back in this game. By the way, Voshka, I don't like that you got that shard earlier. I'm still upset about that.
I'm playing the Enchantress.
What a GOAT tier play, man. This team's just way too clutch, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, even when Sling goes horribly wrong for them, they still crush you.
What do you even do now as a West?
I don't know.
Like, you had a game plan. You're like, all right, guys, that was sick. We forced out Rolling Thunder in darkness. It's daytime. We're going to get this Roshan. We'll have 3 minutes of daytime to be able to, like, just take whatever objectives we want.
No.
No. Just, no.
I guess you wait for next Roche. I mean, you can't do anything. There's no way you can go high ground without an Aegis cheese in this game. You're going to get poked with the... From the Enchantress, the Willow, and the Pango, right? The poke is crazy here. And the second you show anybody else, you're getting shadow stepped on. So you really need the frontline capability and the sustain to take that prolonged fight, potentially into buybacks as well. Just means this game is going to get extended. You need to continue to find some scale. It's going to be Silver Edge for Noob. So double crits coming out, and you did get a blink on Toby. I mean, you did get a lot of gold out of that during that period for Quest, right? You stem the bleeding here. You have a lot more firepower.
Oh, Noob. He almost just stumbled into all of Team Spirit there. Could have been a sick Echo Slam opportunity.
Early Stone Gaze.
Actually runs into the Bramble here. Early Stone Gaze, early Rolling Thunder, searching for the back line. And there it is. They immediately find the Shadow Demon. Yotoro's not going to make the same mistake twice. Goes for the Shadow Demon.
Echoed an illusion.
And managed to jump away the Echo Slam. They didn't do much there. Collapse is able to get on top of all of these heroes with the silence. They're going to sit on Shad. Primal Roar goes out, and that is enough to complete the TP for the Dusa. A sick retreat there from Shad.
Yeah, he was absolutely screwed, but Houdini's his way out.
Both carries Houdini'd their way out of that one, right?
That was a very clutch jaunt by Yotoro. He's probably dead there if he gets caught.
Yeah.
Like, you have BKB on Shaker, you can chain it up. Still, it's a very early Stone Gaze from Shad, and this is not a spell that you can just throw out.
Had to use the BKB because he would die otherwise.
Another clutch Fissure dodge. Sends a message. You cannot touch me, son. I am bigger than you.
Okay, now that is a cooldown of 28 seconds on Shadow Step. That's
pretty good.
Right.
It's pretty good. Maybe get an Octarine.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's going to get an Axe, too, so he is going to have the real Haunt.
Radiant's middle tower.
He's going to have Mega Haunt and Baby Haunt. And that's going to be a problem, because now he can create his own vision.
Yeah, I don't know what Cowrie does to that.
I mean, you sit there and you take it and you save buyback.
Yeah,
that's what you do.
I thought about just buying a Shadow Amulet.
It's not bad. It's genuinely not bad.
Spending half your time invisible.
That Axe is done. So more aggressive potential for Yotoro as he continues to rack it up. And he is going Nullifier next for even more.
Yeah, because right now his saving grace is trying to Ghost Scepter and then hope no spells are cast on him and blink away.
Yep. And it looks like Nullifier's coming out for Team Spirit across the board. They just want to lock down the supports no matter what and get the numbers advantage here. Tormentor Steel, not too bad. Go to Toe.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alright. Some extra Hawks.
Radiant's top tower.
I wouldn't say it's the most powerful shard.
His build-up, he did go Lotus, but he is going back to the BKB.
Yeah, you need BKB at some point in this game for the Beast. You need to guarantee that at some point, if you catch Yotoro with the Shaker, that you can chain it with the Roar, or just be able to roar this Pango if the Linken's gets broken without NS interrupting that. I think it's a really important piece of the puzzle here. And one Nullifier is already out for Collapse, while Yotoro's still working on his, so man, the support lives just get harder and harder. There is no itemization left at this point. It is prayer. And some extra dispersion damage to go along with it, so.
I haven't seen too much of that shard, but it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I think it sounds better than it ends up being a lot of times, but yeah. I mean, if you get it for free, you know, definitely take it for free. Oh, look at this tail bear going to town. Wait, you didn't save it.
Why? Served its purpose. On to the next one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Poshka is a relentless taskmaster.
You can also Illusion Siege. or set the fight up preemptively with illusions, because you know you're going to die on the Shadow Demon anyway.
So don't even try and use disruption in any sort of responsive way. Just
no, I'm just saying,
like, screw it.
Like some games you don't want to be casting the disruption because, oh, if they jump a side, by the way, yeah, Yatoro's just in your base, kills your support and left.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to be casting disruption because if the fight breaks out, you don't have it, you're screwed. In this game, I actually think it's fine. Like, you just casting it on the Medusa, right?
Yeah.
You'd rather have the illusions up than yourself. Man, the time it takes to make a support disappear. I think Omar's having fun in this game. It's like, gee, guys, I think I just want to play some Skywrath Mage today. You know, I just want to throw my ult on some people.
Well, now it's Toby's turn to experience that pain, because now the Shadow Step is off cooldown so much that they don't have to worry about supports. Before that, we have 10 deaths on the Skywrath Mage. We have 12 deaths on the Shadow Demon.
Honestly, not too bad.
So that is, well, that's 22 deaths out of the 29 kills that Team Spirit have gotten.
I mean, yeah, when you frame it like that, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but, you know, that's probably where I would think it's going to be in this game. I just don't know how you prevent it.
Yeah.
And Nullifier done for Yatoro, so now you're officially screwed. Ooh, they have the vision.
Up, up, and away. Nope. Trying to get out of here with the BKB. Had to use the Echo Slam, and
He's almost dead.
Still almost got him killed.
God damn. His daggers are still hitting him. This is very, very tough.
Collapse Watch is inside of the base, giving another opportunity. 12 seconds. Oh man, I laughed so hard as Shadow Demon just behind his tier 4s dies again. This is not fair.
Well, I mean, it is fair, but it's not fun. Well, it's probably fun for Yatoro. He's probably having a blast. Look at him. Never seen him so excited.
Radiant are scanning.
My vigor was
Disperser up next.
I mean,
you're not getting rid of the Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, why not? You know. This guy doesn't know what a defensive item is. He wants to annihilate that support. Just show him and one-shot him into the next series.
Level 25, he gets the plus 30% Han illusion damage.
Probably. Why not? You know, just go all in. All right, last Roshan, something happened. We're not going to talk about it. But this Roshan, this is Quest Roshan. Daytime, nobody's around, and nothing goes wrong. Look at that.
Per your instructions, they waited for the next Roshan. You get Aghanim Scepter for Shad, so a little bit of extra control where...
Yeah, he was going to build it, but get it for free. Also, an Ags that you really needed to take away from Spirit here, too, to some degree. You just need the extra net worth in this game. Okay, I mean, this is your time, I guess. Like, this is your Aegis cheese. Your heroes aren't getting too much stronger in this game. I guess you can always play for, like, Divine on Medusa. I mean, that might be the thing, right? You sell Tread's Wand here, you're pretty close to Divine on Shad. You just try and go for it. Jesus, what the hell? Oh, it's a turtle. Oh my god! Yatoro murdered it. That was the most glitched animal we've seen of all the critter games. Hex on a potion, by the way. And a basher or collapse, so the hits just keep rolling. A lot of control, a lot of damage coming out. Shad is still missing that last damage item. He did buy the MKB recipe. He's trying to finish it up, so it will not be Divine. It will be the Evasion Pierce.
Oh, instant echo. They see an opportunity to kill the Pango at the start of the fight, but it's not enough damage. Now he pops the cheese. After the Terrorize, they're going to hit by Rolling Thunder. This is not good for Quest, as now the Spectre jumps to the back line just like normal. They have no impact whatsoever. In fact, Noob is going to join them. 3 heroes instantly dead. Toby's going to get chased down, so it's all up to Shad. Into the night he goes with his Silver Edge.
Well.
Oh no,
Ooh,
he gets found by Collapse. Well,
that's going to be 2 lives.
It's going to be the Aegis, and that's going to be the Dusa dead.
I think Quest just weren't even ready for that jump themselves. The Skywrath was not far enough up to get the spells on the Pango. Otherwise, I think that Pango dies. The thing about that type of fight is, like we saw, even if you get that Pango kill, would it have changed much? Like, I'm not sure, right? It's just a very well-executed draft here from Spirit, identifying that these 2 supports cannot play Dota, and that means you get a 5-on-3, you're probably going to win it most times. Moonshard for Yatoro here. Yeah, that'll do something.
Okay. Purge into Disruption. He's going to see what his illusions can do here, but Yatoro can jump away from those illusions thanks to the Shadow Step and go straight on top of the Shadow Demon and the Skywrath Mage. It's the Sky Omar who dies.
I mean, Kaori was going to get his spells off one way or another. I just want to cast my ult.
Yeah, it's not even like you could really blame the supports for not being close to the Earthshaker. Because the closer they are to the Spirit base, the more likely are they're going to be spotted by the Night Stalker. Laurel, it's going to bounce around a little bit, cause a bit of chaos here. And the Primal Roar is not enough to stop him.
By the way, do you know how this interaction works? Like, Yatoro is backpacking his axe. Does Haunt cooldown tick when you have it? It does, right?
Yeah, it does. It's just like Rubik when it comes to like spell steal.
Yeah,
right?
So he just gets a free ult and then he can just switch it out and put something else in the slot.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
That sounds kind of broken, to be honest, right? I feel like it actually probably shouldn't work like that. But
you think it should be like paused? The cooldown?
Revenge for the Rosh. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be able to buy the Ags and then not have it in your inventory and get the spell value out of it.
It should work the same way it works with items with cooldowns, right? It should be a longer cooldown at least.
Yeah, or yeah, a double delayed.
Kaori on the run. I can't even issue any kind of suspension of disbelief or anything. You know, he is out of his base, even inside of his base. If he's seen, he's dead.
He tried though, and I respect that. Because honestly, I would have just not moved.
Take me.
Well, they found Yatoro. The Skywrath is kind of close.
They have the Krill. Manta goes off, and okay, right back on top of the Skywrath Mage.
Well,
who's killing who?
It looked good for a second there. In fact, Toby's almost dying to a Pojka on the back end. This Enchantress has become the 4th core in this game. They're just going to take the straight fight. Terrible place to fight for Quest. Very out in the open. Their supports can't get back here. By the way, Collapse is just taking their base. He doesn't give a damn about what's going on here.
He could fly across the map to get there, but it's the base instead. Quest will make their trek backwards. I mean, respect to Quest for like trying to get on the map and make some sort of play. It does leave them more exposed, but probably a better game plan to winning this game in a Hail Mary than just sitting on the Hurricane.
Generally, yeah. More painful, though.
Definitely more painful if you're one of the supports.
I mean, everybody on Team Spirit is basically full slotted. You have double Hex out, full Abyssal. Yatoro ate his Ags. There's pretty much nothing left to build. I mean, like, you can eat the Moon Shard and sell the treads. But is it necessary? I mean, they're already dead, you know?
Well, then he needs to get a refresher, so he haunts one of the supports. Nullifiers.
I mean, we're getting to the point where, like, Yatoro, he might want to... He wishes he could buy Aegis for the enemy support so he can kill him again.
Oh, no!
Just what I needed.
They had an opportunity maybe to catch Collapse away from his team.
I feel like that's just been this entire game, though, is just does Noob catch somebody.
Yeah.
That's like all that's been going right for Quest here. Not that there's that much else they can do after that early to mid-game peters out, and that, I mean, of course, that Roshan steal was pretty massive in this game.
Yes.
Things have just not gone their way. But it really just comes down to Noob. Like, do you find this Earthshaker initiation on a big target, and can you burst that hero down?
Dota Plus has said this has been kind of like a 90-10 game for quite a long time, and they will finally get the pick off they've been looking for. Collapse dies during nighttime.
100 seconds. These are high-level heroes dead for a long time. Looking towards that next Roshan and maybe a Medusa Divine.
I saw your pet, by the way. Oh, interesting. Even though he was silver-edged, he saw the...
Well. I'm very proud of you.
The Earthshaker pet.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to admit that, Collapse.
He wants to have a fair and balanced.
Too honorable. It's too honorable. I mean, those pets have been bugged for like 10 years.
Yeah, you honestly should not. I would never have that equipped.
Yeah, that's on Noob. The more I think about it, now I'm thinking, like, why does he have his pet equipped?
Yeah, why haven't Valve discontinued pets?
There's a lot of...
They gave up on them, like...
I mean, let's be fair, there's a lot of
2 months
questionable cosmetic things in Dota that should have been discontinued. You know, I'm not going to bring it up, but I will bring it up. Some of the Chinese cosmetics. I'm not going to name names. However, if I were to name a name, ROTK used to have an Abaddon cosmetic that looked like he was always ulted.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. It's quite fair and balanced.
It's pretty good. Glance value.
That was quite a glance.
And he did get the 30% Honolution damage.
Of course. It's all about... it's the meat grinder here. Yotoro's out for blood.
He's grinded up supports for his smoothie. And yet, somehow, despite this game being team spirit for the last 30 minutes and the supports haven't got to play Dota for 50 straight minutes, it is 50 minutes in, and the game is not over. They haven't even taken a lane of barracks or anything. They're just killing supports more.
He got stunned.
This is the one time.
He's gone.
All
Yotoro.
damage, no survivability. If he gets hit by a stun, he will die.
Uh-oh.
He doesn't have buyback.
Uh-oh.
Maybe Yotoro's been having too much fun.
I think Team Spirit are enjoying this game a little too much. Given an opening here, you have a wave on mid. You have daytime, so it's going to force an NS ult if you break the fight out right now. Not too happy about that one. I mean, that was a really bold move, though, right?
Yeah, he tried to do one of those like fast executions he's been doing.
Too fast for himself.
But yeah, Noob.
Oh, there, got the
Fisher out, but they're actually going to do Roshan while this is happening. Before Quest even gets to the high ground, the Roshan is dead.
And that's an Ags, and that is a Dark Willow Ags.
Yeah, he's already got Scythe and Moon Shards.
This is pretty good damage output all of a sudden. A 5th core coming online. I mean, how many cores does Team Spirit need to close this game out? Are they even winning
Medusa. Terrorized, a lot of disables, but they get a good force staff down to the low ground. He goes.
Yeah, but this is no Spectre. Like, if your Quest, you really want this buyback out of Yotoro if you think he has it. And if he doesn't, you would have taken that fight. Laurel in pretty deep. For what?
They got him. Take away that Aegis. But now the Spectre is back in 5 seconds, and Collapse immediately going to start pouncing. He just needs to make sure the Quest doesn't get too far away outside of his vision.
And Yotoro is back.
Is he going to jump, though? They have to TP back to the top lane, so that's what they're waiting for. As soon as the TP comes out, the Fisher goes away. They do manage to get the stun on the Spectre. He's being blown up. He dies. They get him a second time. Quest.
What is happening?
They perform the 180 and catch Yotoro slipping a second time, but there is still so many cores on the side of Team Spirit.
Supports
and
are raining
will be
fire
enough to bring down the Medusa. They have too much damage between Maposhka and Mira. Clara will do the disables. They've got the Abyssal Blade to stop the TP out from Toby.
I mean, honestly, Yotoro's not even doing anything anymore. It's the Enchantress and the Dark Willow just picking up the damage slack after the carries died instantly twice. They still win the fight.
He's level 25 on the Enchantress with an MKB.
This is... I mean, what do you do to this? You got a lot of problems to solve all of a sudden if you're Quest.
Hell, he can get a Moon Shard.
Yeah, when you've got your 2 supports buying attack speed and double MKB. Isn't MKB being built by Mira?
Gotcha.
What a world we live in. You're just sitting in your...
You got such a clear dividing line between the support life, the haves and the have-nots.
Oh, this is the most capitalistic game of Dota we've ever witnessed. Team Spirit supports are literally the 1% now.
Poor
Quest
old
supports
Quest.
living in shanties. They just need anything.
Back to the fountain.
Do have an axe on Shadow Demon, actually. I mean, they're not that bad, all things considering. Only 14 deaths.
They are going to even out the barrack situation, though. In fact, they'll be one building ahead.
Imagine you're Yatoro. You know, all right, you spend this whole game killing supports. You go in the fight, you get X Slam, you die. You're sitting in fountain, you're like, damn. Maybe I should have built a defensive item. No, I'm Yatoro guy. I don't need a defensive item.
Yeah.
You know, you take a quick glance over at your two supports. Both your supports are building a Monkey King bar. You're like, yeah, I like my job.
All offense, all the time for this team.
Damn. Better be glad I carried this game for you, boy.
54 minutes. We might see 60-minute items.
You think at some point anyone has been like, yo, Yatoro, you want to build BKB? It's like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear shit out of anybody.
I was the MVP of TI-10, goddammit. Don't you talk to me that way.
Look, he may have caught me twice.
He'll never catch me a third.
Nobody stuns Yatoro God 3 times. You think he talks about himself in the third person? I bet he does, dude. Yatoro God does not need BKB in this game. If only you had built utility for me, we would have already won.
Larval, if you want to join this team, you must wear fealty to Yatoro God.
Too fast for you there, son.
Was that too fast? I think he intentionally roared illusion.
No,
just
he was
so we
trying
could
to.
get the maxed out drums and movement speed.
Why is this game so weird? Why is this game not over one way or another?
I honestly don't know how Quest managed to hold on the way that they did, but Echo noob, hopping away. Fortunately, he's got level 25, so that enchant totem is up very, very often.
Yatoro tried to cut him off at the pass, but slick move didn't work. Will be his Ag's Haunt on cooldown here. And he's thinking about, I mean, honestly, if he buys BKB at this point, I'm going to lose a little respect for him. Like, I don't know, I'm going to lose a little respect for him.
Don't back down on your principle.
Yeah, you know. Come on, man. Oh, yeah, a little sadder. Not today, Maposhka.
Smoke out from Quest.
I mean, they got some serious damage, man. If you get this refresher on Shaker, he's going to decimate some fools.
Smoke pops, Glaps gets off the BKB, and will get on top of some of these heroes, but he's going to be purged up next to the Dusa. The Dusa is going to be side device, though, and the Rolling Thunder is going to cause havoc. He pops BKB on Shat. They finish up the Night Stalker. He's going to buy back. They got the stun of Yatoro. Oh, he does get stunned a third time. Problems for Team Spirit.
Double support carry still alive, and you collapse pop back. This game is crumbling for Team Spirit here.
Oh, midway through the enchant.
Noob is just too big. He's doing too much damage, man. This totem swings for over a K.
Oh, God, up before the terrorize goes off.
This wow, it feels like Spear got a little cocky here, man. They got too many carries, and none of them can carry.
Too many cooks.
If only they had a Solar Crest or a Force Staff.
Or a BKB. I thought for a second, Yatoro, when he died and he didn't have buyback, I was like, oh my God, did he buy his BKB but didn't use it? But no, he just...
No, and the thing is, he has dust in his backpack now because that was a full Shadow Blade for Kaori. This Shadow Demon's not that poor anymore.
No.
He got a lot in this game, we talked about the 14 deaths, but he had the 14 deaths 30 minutes ago. He hasn't died since then.
Yeah, Shadowblade is legitimately the best support item against nullifiers.
Because he doesn't want to have to carry detection. Now he has to.
Yeah.
Economic damage being done to Yatoro here. The glass cannon build backfiring in the last 3 fights with 3 quick deaths that have turned this game on its head, and suddenly these fights do not feel so one-sided anymore.
Sadly for Quest, there is a tier 2 tower up at the top lane, so they can't really force things as much as maybe they would like.
Yeah, but
still another 2 minutes of nighttime.
These barracks don't even really mean anything. It's about the fight for the throne, and it's Divine Rapier on Dusa coming out very soon if he wants it.
Yeah, as soon as they get that Aegis.
And a refresher finish for Noob. These are huge items for quests that they maybe had no business getting to. That all of a sudden, like... I mean, if you just get your spells off on the side of Quest, I think you're winning that fight.
Yeah.
You get a good Stone Gaze off with Divine Rapier hitting people. If you get double spells from the Earthshaker, it's a crazy amount of damage output. This hero is absurd in the late game. I mean, it's 4 totems, 2 fissures, double Echo Slam, double BKB. Nobody is surviving that, especially with the builds that Spirit have. I mean, we've been laughing a bit, but these are a lot of damage items coming out from Team Spirit. There's no pipe, there's no auras, there's no Force Staffs really, right? It's just all damage, everybody pouring it in. Like, you have a Force Staff on Mira, that's it. I think it's the only utility item in this entire lineup.
Valve, come on.
But Poshk has a BKB before Yatoro here. Perhaps he will frontline.
Can we nerf Ninja Gear, please? There just shouldn't be more than 5 Ninja Gears every single game. It's not okay.
Look, I've fought that fight, brother.
Yeah?
Yeah, I fought that. I fought the Ninja Gear fight for many years now. It's not happening.
Guess you didn't win, huh?
Just accept that it's gonna be here.
Okay. 4-man smoke wraparound here. This is something that could change things a bit if they can get the jump on the support. There goes that Haunt to blink away. Omar also goes Invis, so they don't get the immediate kill on the supports they were looking for. The Night Stalker finally managed to get on top of Omar, and they should be able to get that 1 kill, but Yatoro looked for the Shadow Demon and didn't get him. In fact, the Skywrath Mage still alive. Echo Slam controlling up 2. Yatoro's jumped onto the Medusa, and they actually went for the carry, and that is good enough. Meanwhile, the damage coming out from the Dark Willow with the bash on top to get Noob as well. The jump was not immediate. It didn't get the support kills like in the past, but this time they were able to focus down the Dusa.
I mean, look at the damage split. It's just all the carries coming online when they need it. A sick wraparound from Team Spirit. Collapse just gives them all the vision. Didn't even end up committing. It just pops the Stone Gaze, forced out of Shad instantly, and that's all you need, because then Yatoro has learned his lesson. He just jaunts to the back and he waits it out, and then he goes back in. And all of a sudden, you're not getting the stun on this Spectre. You're not shutting down all the DPS that's coming through, and the Willow and the Enchantress just have a free fight. That is a recipe for success here if you are Team Spirit, and they finally find the opening that they were looking for. No Divine on Shad, though, for that fight, as he wisely saved it and will complete it now. So damage output is a lot more severe.
And it's also a lot harder to get that backline jump that they had. We finally do have a survivability item, though, for Yatoro. It's called Giant's Ring.
Oh, yes. I mean, screw BKB.
This was the one he was planning for.
I like how he has 8,000 gold. You know, he could buy it, but like... Nah.
Oh, you said you'd lose respect for him.
I would lose respect for him, honestly.
We also have Pirate Hat on Maposhka, so his damage is insane.
Oh, Manta dodge on the roar attempt, and he's out.
And Toby's BKB...
Double buy for that.
Wasted.
The Manta's just too fast. That's why you don't need BKB. As Yatoro buys BKB, decides he needs it. 62 minutes.
Hold up, he's going to shrink himself down so he can pop smoke.
He has saved this for 62 minutes.
My God. A 9-second BKB. It's 62 minutes. What do you even do?
Stone Gaze and Roarm, I guess.
I mean, surely you pop that dust in. Now you don't need the Manta. All right, Roshan time. That's going to be another Aghanim Scepter. Who needs one?
It's just Miposhka, right? No, I guess Laurel didn't have one, actually.
Little friends.
Oh, he did have one.
Oh,
Yeah, so it is Miposhka. Well, I mean, it's a root, right? The Little Friends is pretty irrelevant, but the root can be good. Highest amount of deaths. I mean, you didn't have to do him like that. I mean, we all know he died this game. What's he supposed to do about it, man?
Well, now he's got a Book of Shadows.
You could put the greatest player of all time in the Shadow Demon's position. You'd have the most deaths at 62 minutes. You could put Yatoro on this Shadow Demon.
You know what's really messed up? Is that this game might end without him getting a tier 5 item either. The only person
I mean, he's got Ninja
tier
Gear.
5
He's got Ninja Gear. He's fine. Ex Machina on this Night Stalker. He's got double everything.
Shad Thunder going for the back line. The Echo Slam jump onto Collapse doesn't last for long.
Oh, Yatoro in deep.
He goes straight for Omar. Might be able to get him, but it's past the fountain. He goes, and now he's stunned right outside of it. He dies.
Down.
Number 1 gone. Comes back in, immediately pops the BKB, but he is purged. He's broken up. They can easily deliver that damage thanks to Divine Rapier. Now, Megas are going to be coming in, but it just might be Quest holding through all this one. Miposhka trying to deliver some damage here. Kalaro goes for the fast kill, trying to go for Toby. BKB is still out. He's limped back to the fountain. He's gonna do it. Whoa! Book of Shadows comes through. Does not save Laurel, though. Mira, meanwhile, see if he gets a run away. Noob's going to be chasing after all of these supports.
You have to.
You have to find. They are.
You have to find whatever you can right now.
Yeah, just throw it out.
His blink. Didn't go for it. This Shadow Realm so damn annoying. Just perma uptime.
He really doesn't chase. Yeah, Shadow Realm plus Book of Shadows. That is actually, if he gets Octarine,
it's like over if he gets Octarine. He's just untouchable. Nonetheless, it is a successful hold here. He did not have buyback on these heroes. He managed to win the fight. You kill Yatoro twice. He goes in very deep, maybe not respecting the double BKB refresher roar from Toby, who picks it up right before that. Did not have buyback, so you may as well buy out. And hey, you've got an opportunity to push down a lane here. Megas were completed. This is a lineup that can deal with them, however. Not an impossible task for a Rapier Medusa.
Oh, and a double damage.
Ooh. Oh, it's time. Is it time? You don't have buys. And you know they have to have buys, right? You have to be thinking that because they've had Pirate Hat, they have all the gold in the world.
Yeah, but what? When's a better opportunity?
I mean, that's the problem. You
no better time
there.
than now.
I mean, this is the thing, though. As Quest, you can't really win this game, but and you put Team Spirit in a position where
they lose the game? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, I phrased that wrong. But as Quest, you can't win, but can you find a way so that you can't lose it? You know? Like, there's no way we can lose this game, guys. Doesn't mean you can win it. Like, and then at some point, they throw.
Yeah.
Followed by logic.
That was absolutely terribly phrased.
Well, phrasing's not my strong suit. That's why. That's why I played.
So they're not going to play to win. They're going to play for Team Spirit to throw.
Exactly. You know, if you don't know how to win the game, you just make it so that they'll figure out how to lose the game. Eternal envy.
All right. Jack him out. I see.
MLG Columbus 2016.
Are you just going to keep creeping up here? Is that how it's going to work?
I think that's the only viable strat here for Quest.
Okay.
Like, because
I thought you were saying maybe they're just going to play for game 2.
What? This game ain't over yet, son.
Well.
You got to rape your Medusa? You're going to call it quits? Hell no. I want to see that BKB Spectre. We did get to see it, actually. He got roared and died. Didn't do much for him.
Yeah.
Maybe you should sell it, buy something else.
Would you gain half the respect back? Like, he gets half the gold back.
I would. He was like, I knew it was wrong.
You were doing,
you guys, BKB
well.
wouldn't do anything.
I'm very proud of you.
Maybe it would have done something before the Divine Rapier.
Well, they're going to try and with the roll initiation. I mean, they have 5 buybacks up, so you can go for the aggressive plays.
They don't really have to commit too much.
The
It's a
Ongies
Rolling
are fresh.
Thunder, and they got so much out of them. It's pretty much just Shadow Realm damage from the Dark Willow, Rolling Thunder, and the threat of a Night Stalker.
Yeah, they got the Ex Machina out of the Medusa. I mean, it is up in 10 seconds here, but no Stone Gaze.
Echo's
gonna jump first.
They're gonna put the damage on him. Maposhka to try and do something about it, but he can't actually kill him. Now he's got the Shadow Realm. Actually put that to book it down.
Yatoro.
Yatoro's in trouble.
He's broken.
But they do have a little bit of fear. They're not being able to deliver the damage onto Yatoro.
Oh, this Willow.
Away. Shad is making a break for the fountain. He has no mana left. Nobody on Quest has died yet, but similarly, Team Spirits are still up as well.
Yatoro's healing. He can come back. Can always play this fountain game.
Yeah, but so can Quest.
Oshka healing up, man. He got beat up. Still has BKB. And another roll.
Rolling Thunder.
It just doesn't stop.
Omar. He was too far forward. That's going to be buyback from him.
Yeah, he was only in
Cowrie
his
not going to
base.
be able to get him.
Too far forward.
Should have been in the fountain. Toby. That damage is immense. Fortunately, the Book of Shadows helps out quite a bit in these situations with these two supports. The Rolling
Base is
Thunder.
dying.
He is stunned up right in front of the fountain area, but it is a threat. They had to deal with the Spectre who's hitting the tier 4s. One of them down, one of them low. Cowrie blinks forward, gets the disruption onto Laurel, trying to get him out of here, but he rolls up and his Book of Shadows. They can't really target him too much. Did he manage to get a roll away? No, silence up before he can get that jump out of the throne. Throne is exposed though. Tier 4 has died. Now Maposhka tries to hop out of the base, a little bit off center there. Magic damage going to work.
How many refreshers are there?
Totem hit will finish him off. Now a second Primal Roar put to use onto the Spectre. Throne is at half health. Laurel Collapse are going for it while the Spectre is being targeted. They realize their Throne is in trouble. They're going back. The side
He's in the Throne.
Is going. They're finally all focused on the Throne. Just to end the game. The finish of the Spectre, but Collapse and Laurel will do the delivery, and they will get the damage to finish the game. The Throne dies, and Quest